For the last 2 years, millions of people felt like financial geniuses without even trying. Why? Because banks were suddenly paying 4%, 5%, sometimes even more just to let your cash sit there. High-yield savings accounts exploded. Treasury bills became popular again. Money market funds hit record inflows. People who had never cared about interest rates were suddenly earning passive income every single month. But now, something is changing. Interest rates are beginning to fall, and when rates start dropping, the entire financial landscape shifts quietly at first. Then all at once, the safe places everyone rushed into during the high-rate era, they begin paying less and less. Inflation slowly starts eating away at idle cash again. Meanwhile, investors who move early often position themselves for the next wave of wealth creation before the crowd even notices. So the big question becomes, where should you move your money now? Because keeping your cash in the wrong place during a falling rate environment could quietly cost you thousands over the next few years. And in this video, we're breaking down 4 powerful places smart investors are moving their money right now as rates begin to decline, along with the risks, opportunities, and economic signals that nobody is talking about. The strange thing about financial markets is that most people only react after the biggest moves already happen. When rates were near 0 years ago, hardly anyone cared about savings yields. Then central banks aggressively raised rates to fight inflation, and suddenly cash became king again. But economies move in cycles. And now, after aggressive tightening from central banks around the world, we're entering a completely different phase. Inflation is cooling compared to its peak. Economic growth is slowing in many sectors. Housing markets are adjusting. Consumer debt levels are rising. Businesses are becoming more cautious. And increasingly, markets are betting that central banks will continue lowering rates through 2026. That changes everything, because falling rates create winners and losers. Some assets become far more attractive. Others quietly become wealth traps. And historically, the people who understand these transitions early are often the ones who build significant long-term wealth while everyone else reacts too late. This isn't about panic. It isn't about predicting a crash. It's about understanding where money flows when the environment changes. So let's talk about the 4 places where smart investors are increasingly moving their cash right now. The first place attracting enormous attention is short to medium-term bonds. That might sound boring at first. Bonds don't create the excitement of crypto rallies or explosive tech stocks. But what makes bonds incredibly important right now is how they behave when interest rates fall. Most people don't realize this, but bond prices and interest rates move in opposite directions. When rates rise, older bonds paying lower yields become less attractive, so their prices fall. But when rates decline, existing bonds with higher locked-in yields suddenly become more valuable. That means investors who lock into solid bond yields before deeper rate cuts could potentially benefit in 2 ways simultaneously. First, they continue earning attractive income. Second, the value of those bonds may rise as newer bonds offer lower yields. This is why institutional investors, pension funds, and large asset managers closely monitor rate cycles. They understand that transitions from high rates to falling rates can become major opportunities in fixed income markets. And this is already starting to happen. Many analysts now believe bond markets are positioning for multiple future rate cuts as economic growth slows globally. Treasury yields have become one of the most watched indicators in the world because they often reflect where investors believe the economy is heading before headlines catch up. For ordinary people, this doesn't necessarily mean becoming a bond expert overnight, but it does mean understanding that keeping every dollar sitting in a savings account while yields shrink may no longer be the best strategy. The second major destination for cash is dividend-paying stocks. And this is where things get fascinating. During periods of high interest rates, investors often prefer safer cash-based returns because they can earn strong yields without taking much risk. But as rates fall, the appeal of passive cash decreases. Suddenly, investors begin searching for assets capable of generating both income and growth. That's when high-quality dividend stocks often become attractive again. Historically, sectors like utilities, healthcare, consumer staples, telecommunications, and large stable companies tend to gain attention during falling rate environments because they provide recurring income while also offering potential upside if markets rise. And psychologically, investors begin shifting from capital preservation back toward capital growth. That transition can become extremely powerful. You start seeing institutional money rotate slowly out of defensive cash positions and back into equities. Retail investors follow later. Media narratives shift. Fear declines. Optimism gradually returns. And then suddenly, entire sectors begin rallying before most people fully understand why. This doesn't mean every dividend stock becomes a winner. Some companies offer high dividends because their businesses are struggling. Others may face debt problems if economic conditions weaken further. But historically, falling rate environments have often created strong conditions for quality dividend-paying businesses that combine stability with long-term growth potential. And there's another reason this matters. If inflation remains even moderately elevated while savings account yields continue dropping, real purchasing power becomes a major issue again. In simple terms, your money sitting idle may slowly lose value. That pushes investors toward productive assets capable of outpacing inflation over time. Which brings us to the third destination where many investors are increasingly moving cash: real assets. This includes things like gold, infrastructure, commodities, and sometimes even select real estate opportunities. Now, this area becomes incredibly interesting during uncertain transitions because it reflects something deeper than simple investing trends. It reflects confidence. When people become uncertain about currencies, government debt, inflation, geopolitical instability, or economic growth, they often begin allocating money toward assets perceived as stores of value. Gold is one of the clearest examples. Every time markets begin expecting aggressive monetary easing, gold suddenly enters the conversation again. Why? Because lower rates reduce the opportunity cost of holding gold. When cash yields decline, non-yielding assets like gold become relatively more attractive. And in recent years, central banks themselves have massively increased gold purchases in ways many ordinary investors barely noticed. That alone tells a fascinating story. Large institutions around the world are quietly preparing for a more uncertain economic future. Meanwhile, infrastructure investments are becoming another major trend. Governments globally are pouring money into energy systems, AI infrastructure, transportation, utilities, and industrial reshoring initiatives. Investors increasingly see these sectors as long-term beneficiaries, regardless of short-term volatility. Real estate also becomes important during falling rate cycles, but with major nuance. Many people assume lower rates automatically mean housing prices explode again. But the reality is more complicated in 2026. Affordability remains stretched in many regions. Consumer debt remains high. Commercial real estate still faces challenges from remote work shifts and refinancing pressure. However, certain real estate sectors may benefit disproportionately if financing costs continue easing. That includes areas tied to population growth, logistics, data centers, energy infrastructure, and affordable housing demand. The key idea is this: as rates fall, investors often search for assets capable of preserving long-term purchasing power while benefiting from easier financial conditions. And then we arrive at the fourth destination, where a surprising amount of money is quietly flowing again: growth assets and technology. This is where the biggest future upside and the biggest risks often exist simultaneously. Because falling interest rates fundamentally change how markets value future growth. When rates are high, future earnings become less valuable in today's dollars. Investors become more cautious. Expensive tech companies often struggle because borrowing costs rise and speculative enthusiasm fades. But when rates decline, everything changes. Suddenly, future growth becomes more valuable again. Liquidity improves, investor appetite increases, risk tolerance expands. That's why some of the largest bull markets in history accelerated during periods of falling rates and easier monetary conditions. And in 2026, there's another powerful force driving this trend: artificial intelligence. AI has become one of the biggest investment narratives on Earth. Companies connected to AI infrastructure, semiconductors, cloud computing, automation, cybersecurity, robotics, and data systems are attracting massive global capital. At the same time, crypto markets are also increasingly sensitive to rate expectations. Why? Because liquidity matters enormously in speculative markets. When money becomes cheaper and financial conditions loosen, risk assets often experience explosive momentum. That doesn't guarantee permanent gains, but historically it has created powerful rallies. This is why many investors are no longer simply asking whether rates are falling. They're asking what happens next if central banks continue easing while governments continue spending aggressively and technological innovation accelerates simultaneously. Because that combination could reshape financial markets over the next decade. But here's the important warning. Not every opportunity is safe. And this is where many people make huge mistakes during transition periods. They chase hype instead of quality. They move all their cash at once. They underestimate volatility. They confuse momentum with long-term investing. Smart money rarely moves emotionally. Instead, sophisticated investors usually diversify gradually across multiple themes. Some cash remains liquid for emergencies, some moves toward bonds, some flows into dividend stocks, some enters growth opportunities, some protects against inflation and uncertainty. Because no one truly knows exactly how fast rates will fall, or whether inflation could unexpectedly return. The world economy right now sits in a fragile balancing act. Central banks want growth without reigniting inflation. Governments want stability without recession. Consumers want relief from rising costs. Markets want cheaper money again. And somewhere inside all of that uncertainty lies opportunity. The people who adapt early usually position themselves best for what comes next. Over the past several months, financial markets have become increasingly obsessed with one question: how quickly central banks will continue cutting rates through 2026. Markets have already reacted aggressively to signals from policymakers suggesting that inflation pressures are easing compared to previous years. Bond yields have fluctuated heavily as investors try to predict the pace of future cuts, while sectors tied to growth and technology have seen renewed momentum. At the same time, major banks and institutional investors are warning that the easy money from high-yield savings accounts may gradually disappear as banks lower rates offered to consumers. Money market funds remain enormous, but analysts increasingly believe capital could slowly rotate into equities, bonds, and alternative assets if rate cuts continue accelerating. Meanwhile, gold has remained historically strong as global uncertainty, debt concerns, and geopolitical tensions continue pushing investors toward perceived safe haven assets. And perhaps most importantly, artificial intelligence investment continues exploding worldwide, with governments and corporations spending billions on infrastructure tied to AI systems, chips, data centers, and automation technologies. All of these trends connect to one central idea. The era of high rates may be fading, and markets are already preparing for what comes next. The first thing to understand is that you do not need to move all your money overnight. One of the biggest investing mistakes people make is reacting emotionally to headlines instead of building a strategy gradually. Second, focus on your goals before chasing returns. Emergency savings should remain liquid and safe. Long-term investing money can often tolerate more volatility. Mixing those two categories creates unnecessary risk. Third, diversification matters more during uncertain transitions. Nobody knows exactly how economies will evolve over the next 2 years. A balanced approach often outperforms emotional all-in bets. And finally, pay attention to real returns, not just headline yields. If inflation remains above your savings yield, your purchasing power may still quietly decline, even if your account balance grows slightly. Understanding that difference changes how you think about money forever. Interest rates may look like boring economic statistics on the surface, but behind the scenes, they influence almost everything: housing markets, stocks, bonds, crypto, savings accounts, debt, consumer spending, wealth creation itself. And right now, we may be entering one of the most important financial transitions of the decade. The people who understand where money flows during falling rate environments could position themselves far ahead of the crowd. So the question is no longer whether rates are dropping. The real question is, where will your money go next? And more importantly, will you move before everyone else finally realizes what's happening? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep financial analysis, investing trends, and economic breakdowns designed to help you stay ahead in 2026 and beyond. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.